Wrestling. Dave Brown right along ringside, and we're ready to rip it off on another big championship wrestling action. Dave, we got some news.
Oh, I tell you, the opening match of the day, the Bounty Hunters will be in here. They'll have their manager, Jimmy Kidd, with them. They'll be going against Tom Bailey and a guy named Roy Rogers. Nashville, Tennessee. Then we'll have Tom Stanton and Gypsy Joe against Tommy Rich, Wildfire, and superstar Bill Dundee. That is not all the Dream Machine in a single match against Pat Hutchinson, and Eddie Gilbert and Coco Ware will be going against the team of Wayne Ferris, one of the Blonde Bombers, and Dirty Dutch Mantell from Oilcroft, Texas.
I don't want to overlook any of the action that's coming up in the other matches, Dave, but I'll tell you what, I'm looking for that last match today. Also, we have got some great highlights that we're going to be getting into right after we take time out today. If you here, put this on. Put it on. Feel the kick of the new rock and roll. Look what you can get at Remco. And at Remco, you can highlight day that we got. By golly, I'll tell you what, they are worth seeing. Because the particular first one that I want to bring championship wrestling to highlight the TWA tag title. That's when they have the elimination for the World Tag title for the TWA. Take a look at the back of the pack. Dundee and Tommy Rich got together after a long absence. They previously held a Southern heavyweight title, came back and won it. Let's look at some of their action.
Taking over from Dundee and doing it in big fashion. Snaps the large bounty hunters together. Drops from that corner all the way to the center of the ring with a right. And as he did, he keeps Brother Jerry
Listen, we're going to see some more tag action right now, Dave. In just a moment, when we come back, we're going to have the bounty hunters in action live. Jimmy Hart, I got it's going to be a big night Tuesday night. You have got Jimmy Valiant going against Lawler for the title, with a loser being prohibited from wrestling in Louisville. Additionally, you've got the CWA World Tag Champ going against challengers Dundee and Rick.
Let me tell you something, Jerry Lawler. This is the greatest night of my life. The day I was in the hospital with these stitches, I thought about this night. With my broken jaw in the hospital, I thought about you. Jimmy Valiant is going to do for me the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It's going to be the greatest night of my life.
Woo, but I feel good, baby. We tricked that scoop, we tricked the snake, we tricked them, baby. Yeah, Lala, pack your bags, baby. There's only one room for a king in Louisville. There's only one room, baby, for caffeine in Louisville. And you look at him, handsome Jimmy Valiant. Nick, I love you, baby. I love you.
Louisville Gardens Tuesday night, and Dutch, one half of the World Tag Champ.
But what I like about Jimmy Valiant, the boy speaks his mind. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. It's going to be a clean sweep with the family. The Jimmy Hart organization, we're going to sweep Lawler out. Valiant's going to take care of him. And me and my good friend Austin Otto, we're going to take care of Rick and Dundee. Now, they think they're championship material. They think they're capable of challenging us for the World Tag Team belts. I say no. I say you don't have a chance. We don't think we're unbeatable, but I don't think Rich and Dundee, I don't think you boys can do it because you don't have the guts and you don't have the skill and you don't have the ability. When you put Dirty Dutch and Austin Otto in the same ring together, you got a very formidable combination. We're the World Tag Team champions. And we're going to give you one shot, and one shot only. So you can't say that we didn't give you a chance. And don't go crying back to the promoter. Don't say we did this and we did that. We're giving you a shot at it. And if you can't make it, you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen. Me and Austin Idol, we're going to walk in the ring, World Tag Team Champions, and we're going to walk out World Tag Team Champions. And Jimmy, thank you very much.
Baby. That's just two of the big bouts that'll be on there Tuesday night in Louisville Gardens. Don't you miss that.
Shall we join the show today? All right. We told you about the bounty hunters coming back in here, and we're about ready for it. Jimmy Kent comes in with his usual mean disposition, hollering at the crowd and all of that. Young teams facing them today. Dave will tell you who they are.
It's going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total of 407 pounds. On the right of your screen, from Memphis, Tennessee, Tom Bailey. And his partner from Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers. Going against him at a total of 529 pounds from Tombstone Territory. With their manager, Jimmy Kent, the Bounty Hunters, Jerry and David Novak. This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. And the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, we're about ready for it. Calhoun holding them back. And in just a moment, we'll have to bell Jimmy Kent. Looks like he wants to make it a six-man. He's going to stay in the ring. No, he's getting out of it now and back to his chair. Okay, everybody's ready. It's no time. We just started right in here, David.
Yes, sir. That's Jerry Novak, Tom Bailey. Things underway, back on the ropes. Jerry Calhoun right here coming for a break. And David Novak from outside threw a forearm across the chest. Bailey whipped into the rope. Ooh, right here, backdrop. And
Obviously, a lopsided match starting. Bounty Hunters, very large, plenty of experience. Interesting situation. This is Roy Rogers' third professional match. He has an excellent amateur background, but, you know, to start out with the Bounty Hunters, that's, well, I guess the only thing worse would be to start as Lawler was getting in King Kong and Godzilla, and I'm not even too sure about that.
that's true. Boy, they are going against the rugged ones and the big bounty hunters here today. Bailey thrown to the mat by David Novak. He's to the corner, tags Brother Jerry. Upper arm. Tom Bailey hits the mat. Bailey body slam. Yeah, by Jerry of the Bounty Hunters. There's a tag on David. Double team. I don't think that's necessary right here. With a young kid like Bailey.
The you know, these guys have got, like they say, an even disposition, always mad. But today, they are really with a vengeance. The body slam and the kicking nailed in there. They're trying to hurt Bailey right off the bat. And he did just then.
Bailey on that mat. David Novak picking him up by the hair, slams him back down to the mat with a forearm. Back on the rope. Bounty Hunter again with a forearm. Bailey's been in there all the way for his team. Jimmy Kent getting into the action.
Sit down. Well, they got a team totally out experienced, totally outside, and then Kent's got to stick his nose in there.
Jerry Novak still working on Tom Maley. 2.5 minutes gone in this opening match, which is a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Kent wandering around down on the floor. And Roy Rogers, Tom Maley's partner, exchanging words with him. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, went over to send Kent back to the corner.
I'll tell you, Dave, after looking the mood that the Bounty Hunters are in today, if I were Roy Rogers, I think I'd keep my hand back, stop reaching out for a tag, and say, well, maybe on the fourth match, not on his third.
That just might be a good idea.
Look at that. Look at the pressure on Bailey's neck. He's twisted.
Bailey tried to battle out of it, but the Bounty Hunter just tied him up immediately and dropped him to the mat. Head to the turnbuckle. The other Bounty Hunter comes in. This is a big one, Jerry. Roy Rogers steps in against David Novak, driving him back to the corner. Rogers sent back out to his corner. Tom Maley still in there, being worked on by big Jerry Novak. There's a tag. Here's our first look at Roy Rogers. That's Rogers with a B. R-O-D-G-E-R-S. Oh, hey, off the rope. Rogers puts the Bounty Hunter down on the mat. Well, he's thrown to the mat himself, and the Bounty Hunters make a tag now. But Rogers with a side headlock gets David Novak off his feet. Novak immediately back up, though. He pounded Rogers with the right hand.
Rogers pretty good size. Of course, anybody looks, or most people look small compared to the Bounty Hunters. They're so thick.
Rogers working the side headlock again on the Bounty Hunter. Rogers off the rope. Oh, in the air, he's back from. Into the turnbuckles again. Bounty Hunter's using that top rope turnbuckle against both Maley and now Rogers. Rogers! Boy, he's battling. Over to the corner, and he tags Tom Maley. Maley stepped through the rope, and before he was through there all the way, he was nailed.
Never even made it both feet.
Yeah.
Still had one foot up. Bam! Big Jerry laid that elbow on. Really pounding the day.
Jerry Novak, the Bounty Hunter, makes the tag. Tom Maley up in the air. Look out. Drop him across the knee. Backbreaker. There's the cover. 1, 2. before the match actually got started.
He was concentrating on Joe right then when Daly was coming off the rope. That drop.
Joe went to the wrong corner. I think he was headed for a tag, but he looked up and there was Tommy Rich standing there.
Tommy Rich taking the tag from Dundee on a whip. Rich, big elbow. Gypsy Joe hits it as he's going down. He's got his hands. Good move. Tom, a rangy one. Good weight.
Yeah, he goes about 255.
And Rich coming back at him. Stands on a whip. Rich. Monkey flip. Right back up in the corner and Dundee. Reverse face lock on him. Grabbed him from behind. Nailed him and Rich tears him right over his shoulder and goes into the same hold on him.
When you back to a corner, always make sure it's a neutral corner or you might find your opponent standing out on the apron here. That's what happened to Stanton. Yeah, Stanton. All of a sudden I thought Tom Savage. Tom Stanton it is.
Dundee hooks an arm as he takes the tag from Rich. Comes in, shooting that right hand, and referee Jerry Calhoun saying, come on, Billy, open the fence. Dundee pretty well able to sum up his opposition. He knows Gypsy Joe and Stanton, both kind of guys that have no hesitation about using the fence, so he doesn't mind starting. Gypsy Joe banging back on Dundee. Stanton reaches out, hands on the front, throws Billy back. Nice block. Great at Gypsy Joe. Joe signaling for Stanton to come in. He gets Billy from behind. Referee Calhoun, nothing new, has his hands full. And Rich had a handful of the face of Stanton. Evened it up. Gypsy Joe front face lock on Dundee. Either that or a choke. I couldn't tell. Nice reversal. Dundee drops down on Joe. Remember, big expiration of time match today. Wayne Barrett teaming up with Dirty Dutch Mantell to go against the quick team of Eddie Gilbert and Coco Ware. Maybe later on.
Hello.
Ding dong, ding dong.
We're 4 minutes into the action of this 15-minute time limit match.
Stanton, big time, reversed by Dundee, back drop. Stanton backing away, but Dundee catches him, whips him into the foot of Tommy Rich, and there's the tag. Tommy crotches him straight up in the air and body slams him. Off the ropes with that fist, rattles his head. He's rolled over. One, and Gypsy Joe got his own man.
Yes, sir. Gypsy Joe mighty anxious to get there and prevent a 3 count, but Tommy Rich saw it coming, and again, Gypsy Joe plants a foot across the neck of his partner, Tom Stanton. Oh, Stanton, understandably a little upset about that. Over to the corner and say, hey, what are you doing? It's tough enough to beat these other 2 guys, much less them and you too, yes.
I think that last time with Tommy's back to the corner where Gypsy Joe was, Dundee and Rich, who've worked together for a considerable number of matches, used like the pickoff play in baseball where the signal came down in there and he rolled out of the way and Gypsy Joe got Stanton again.
thing happened to Stanton that happened to Gypsy Joe. Tommy had moved out of the way, and Stanton ended up planting a foot on his partner, Gypsy Joe.
I'm not sure some of that wasn't intentional.
You may be right. 5 minutes, 45 seconds gone.
Coming up at the 6-minute mark. There's Tag and the Superstar coming in with Gypsy Joe. Tie it up. Uh-oh. Joe grabbed the rope. Billy went up for that drop kick. He held on, and bad news, Bill. Uh-oh, he's back in the corner, and that's the wrong corner. Slammed into the knee of Tom Stanton right in the middle of his back between the shoulder blades. Gypsy Joe adding to it. Here comes Rich wheeling across the ring. Takes Joe over from the outside. Stanton, Rich. Over the top, and Dundee nails Joe. Tommy Rich grabs Stanton. And that is going to be that.
Well, they've got teamwork again, as you were talking about earlier. Super timing and mobility. They're able to move so well, both of them, Tommy Rich and Bill Dundee. 7:01 the time.
One of the great advantages of having worked together, and you get to know your partner and all of the things that you can put together with time. So, once again, it's Rich and Dundee, the victors over Gypsy Joe and Tom Stanton. Back, we've got more action coming up in just a moment. Back into action right here in the ring in just a moment on Channel 30's Championship Wrestling. Tuesday night. What a night. Boy, I want to tell you. Opening up is going to be Sonny King and Tony Charles going against the new team of the Turk and El Flores. Then the Dream Machine will face Eddie Gilbert. Wayne Ferris, Bomber, is going to have to face big giant Plowboy Frazier, all 460 pounds of him. Then a Southern heavyweight title, but listen to these stipulations. No time, no disqualification. The loser leaves town. That's right. Will be prohibited from wrestling in Louisville. When Handsome Jimmy, with Jimmy Hart in the corner, challenges Jerry the King Lawler. And then for the first time ever at the Louisville Gardens, anywhere in Louisville, a CWA World Tag title match. Bill Dundee, the Superstar, and Tommy Wildfire Rich will be challenging the world champion, the heartthrob Austin Idol, and Dirty Dutch Mantell. And of course, Hart will be right along ringside. Tuesday night is the night you'll want to be there, so don't miss it.
7-minute time limit at 197 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee. On the right, Pat Hutchinson. On the left of the screen, 270 pounds, with his manager, Jimmy Hart, the Dream Machine. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. The referee is Jerry Calhoun. Young Pat Hutchinson against the Dream Machine. Dream Machine. Hutchinson up in the air. He body slams it. Dream. Pick him up in the air. Gets him that hard. Back into the rope. Dream Machine with the upper arm. Referee Jerry Calhoun watching that for you. Yeah, that was all right. Section with that big leg. Dream Machine, yeah, Dream Machine. Trying to prove something to manager Jimmy Hart. Dream upset that he has been, in his opinion, overlooked for a couple of big matches around the area. And he's trying to prove to Jimmy Hart that he's the man that can do it. There's the cover, 1, 2. He has got himself to win here. 53 seconds the time on it, 53 seconds. And the win in the match goes to the Dream Machine. He throws Hutchinson between the ropes out of the ring. Hutchinson down on the floor. And as Dream walks back, he said, hey, Jimmy, you see what I did? You see what I did? 53 seconds.
One-sided match, big Dream Machine. Hey, we got another match coming up. Hey, come on, Dream.
What do you mean?
We'll for quite some time that he has been overlooked, and that Jimmy Hart has slighted him in favor of, well, for one, Wayne Ferris, the two, Dutch Manziel,
That's right.
and others.
Yeah.
A minute before that.
Yeah, here they come.
Well, I'm looking forward to this one.
It should be a fine match. Coco and Eddie Gilbert waiting, as they have been for several seconds now. And the arrival has just occurred of the Dirty Dutchman and Wayne Ferris. This is going to be an expiration of time match. Team of the most falls to their credit when the time expires will be the winners of the match. Introducing at a total weight of 427 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. And from Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware. Going against him at a total of 459 pounds. From Oil Cross, Texas, Dirty Dutch Mantel. And from Memphis, Tennessee, the bomber Wayne Ferris. This match to the expiration of time. Ferris and Mantel's manager Jimmy Hart, and your referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, we're about ready to get in underway right here, and Jimmy Hart getting rid of the Dutchman's hat. That's loosening up a little bit. Looks like Dirty Dutch will be the starter. Yeah, Wayne Ferris stepping out. Size on the left side of the ring. Speed on the right. Determination on the right. Now let's do it right now.
Eddie Gilbert, Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch. Boy, he's a battler, but don't sell Coco Ware and Eddie Gilbert short in this match. They have speed in their favor. They are quick, and that's some fine moves we've seen them use. Well, the Dutchman is tagged out, and this is Wayne Ferris. He tagged quickly. Dutch Mantel back in. Mantel. Whoa! Wrapped up Eddie Gilbert's arm. Eddie reversed it on him, and Dutchman immediately back to the corner. Gets the tag on partner Wayne Ferris. We're 1 minute into the action. Expiration of time. I think we got plenty of time. This one could go 1 fall or 4 or 5, as long as we got time. We got action. Oh, stepping right over. Coco Ware. And Wayne Ferris finds himself on the mat. Ferris kind of reversal, trying to keep Coco's shoulders on the mat long enough for a count. Can't do it. But the tag is made. And the Dirty Dutchman. Dutch Mantel. Coco with the headlock. Back into the rope. Mantel fires Coco across the ring. Coco reverses. Down to the mat goes Dutch Mantel once again. Jimmy Hart screaming he had his hair pulled. Oh, Wayne Ferris into the big boot. Picks up Coco, puts him back on the rope. A whip across the ring. Coco ducks under the elbow. Drop kick puts Wayne Ferris on the mat. Coco, the first and former holder of the Championship Wrestling TV Championship. Lost that title in a match too. Dutch Mantel was one of his opponents today in the tag team match. There's Eddie Gilbert in. Eddie working that side headlock against Wayne Ferris. Now there's some hair pulling. How about that, Hart? A little hair pulling by Eddie Gilbert, or rather on Eddie Gilbert, by Wayne Ferris. Dutch Mantel in. Oh, backbreaker across the knee. Eddie Gilbert went to the side headlock, and Mantel converted. Off the rope. Mantel slamming Eddie Gilbert's head into the turnbuckle. Tag made. Ferris will be coming back in. 3 minutes gone. Yeah, I see the teamwork. I see the teamwork, Jimmy. You know, Hart does have a point here. The team of Ferris and Mantel with a quick tag, good tag team strategy. give credit where it's due in that case. Don't have to give any credit for that, though. That's Mantell's knee placed inside the rope. Ferris smacked Eddie Gilbert's head into it. Mantell going for an abdominal stretch. He's got it. Can he make it stick? A little extra help from Wayne Ferris out there, and that is going to cost him the hole. He's going to have to give it up due to the outside interference by Ferris. They make the tag. Wayne Ferris back in. Eddie Gilbert into the rope. He held on, though. Dick Ferris. Here's Coco Ware. Coco using the right hand. He goes after Mantell, too. Whip Ferris into the rope. Ferris holds onto the rope. Coco misses the drop kick. The elbow by Ferris. Tag made. Coco fired into the rope. Upper arm. Clothesline by Wayne Ferris. The Dutchman drops down. Here's the cover. 1, 2. He got it 3. Dutch Mantell, Wayne Ferris gets a win in the first fall of this expiration of time match. It is only the first fall. Keep that in mind. One fall won't do it. Coco Ware and Eddie Gilbert, who gave it a good go, and were doing fine in the match until Coco unfortunately missed the drop kick. And Ferris and Mantell converted that to the 3 count. But Coco and Eddie Gilbert will be back trying to even it up in the second fall of action. First fall went 4 minutes, 48 seconds. 4:48 seconds.
Tough team, Ferris and Mantell, but also very impressive. Ware and Gilbert in that. Glad this one's an expiration of time. More action. We'll be back to it.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the first match there very briefly. I didn't want to linger on it too much.
I wouldn't linger on it too much. Okay, big argument in there. Hart and Calhoun going at it. They're not happy with each other. Bell time, the Dutchman and Coco come out of the corner. Yeah, right away, Dutch going in after it. Booming with that arm. Tags Wayne Ferris. Wayne takes a shot but delivers about 4 more, and Dutch, who had never gotten out of the ring, has the referee sending him out. Eddie Gilbert comes over to even it up. Referee trying to get him out of the ring. Coco being held on the rope. Ferris, Mantell exchanged the tag. Coco caught in between them. Down goes Coco Ware, and Dutch side suplex up. Picked him up. I thought he was going for a side suplex. Picked him up, dropped him on that backbreaker across the knee. Jimmy Hart having an argument with Jerry Calhoun as Dutch Mantell drops down there on Coco Ware. Tags Wayne Ferris, and Coco really bearing the brunt of the action right at the moment. Coco whipped full steam across the ring by Wayne Ferris. Ferris rolls him over 1. He almost got it 2 straight. Coco fires a good right hand, comes with another one in there. He gets away, rolls to the corner, has a tag on Eddie Gilbert. And Gilbert nails Dutch Mantell and Ferris. Look at Eddie go. He got up high, planted the knee. The Dutchman reversed him, though, and it's pounded on him. A reverse. Uh-oh. Eddie flying in with a knee, caught a turnbuckle.
That's how Mantell and Ferris won the first ball. They took advantage of a mistake. And they're trying it here to win the second ball. And they've done it.
Did he get him? Yep, he got him.
It's one of those things. Going to the well one time too many. They said, hey.
Calhoun and Hart going at it. Of course, Hart's made a lot of nasty accusations about Jerry Calhoun. A lot of people said things about the poor referee, but Hart, it's a really personal thing in there. And they got into a little shoving match. And second ball, and that's overgone. I'll tell you. Still arguments up there. And Coco Ware and Eddie still holding that knee, Dave. Where he came off, hit that turnbuckle in there head on and just got out of the way. Oh, you got to be proud of yourself. Wayne Ferris giving them the big muscle display. So, 2 straight balls going to the team of Van Pelt and Wayne Ferris. We, in fact, are going to have to do a little checking on our time there to see if we have time for another one because it is an expiration of time. Tell you what, while we are doing that, we will take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment. Tuesday night, we've already mentioned it, my friend, for the first time, a CWA World Tag Title. Additionally, a Southern Heavyweight title match. There'll be no time limit, no disqualification, and losers going to be prohibited from wrestling in Louisville. Well, Jerry, I guess it's all on the line when you get those kind of stipulations.
Well, it's without a doubt the biggest match I've ever had in Louisville. You know, have had championship matches and just all kind of matches. But when you're involved in a situation like this, the match can have a lot of big repercussions. Everybody knows that I have a home down there in Nashville. Lived there for 5 years, and if I lose this match, it would mean that I wouldn't be able to wrestle not only in Louisville, but if you don't wrestle in Louisville, you might as well leave the area because this is one of the most profitable cities to wrestle in. So I'll tell you something. Jimmy Valiant, you better come on down there, load us a bear, because I don't intend to leave. This is my home. I've been here for ever since I started wrestling, and I plan on staying. I know he's going to have Jimmy Hart in the corner. Hart, I just ask you one thing. Try to interfere. Just get your face close enough to that ring, and I'll re-break that jaw. Jimmy Valiant, get you a bus ticket or a plane ticket or whatever, because you're the one who's going to lose down.
We see it happen Tuesday night, as well as for the first time ever, a World Tag Team Championship match.
Well, that's Tommy and I get glad to doing it. Now, this is what we've been playing real hard for. I can just imagine what Austin might have to say about us, the Dirty Dutch Mantel. And he's right. He didn't get his nickname like going around kissing babies. But that's all right, brother. I prefer him to wrestle. I hope you come down there and you want to have a nice wrestling match, because that's how we like it. But if you want to turn on and fight, brother, we can do that too. Now, I had to fight all my life, man, brother, but I had guys like Austin Idol and Dutch Mantel and me. I was too small to do anything all my life, brother. But I'm right here in the same ring as you are, Jack, so that makes me just as good as you are. So I hope you come to wrestle, but if you come to fight, that's fine too.
Oh, my golly, they got the title, and you want them.
That's exactly right, Lance. They're tough. I'll give them that, but I think we're just as tough as they are, and they think they can't be beat. I think we'll beat them in a little control.
Tuesday night, we're going to find it all out. You know, end result, of course, in our time, we do not have sufficient time to get another fall in there. And the end result is simply that Mantel and Ferris end up with a victory over Coco and Gilbert. But I don't really think sometimes it's unfair when it's 2 falls to nothing. And that's what it was. No question about it. I'm not arguing. I'm trying to take that away from Mantel and Ferris and Jimmy Hart. But I don't think it always illustrates exactly the other team. Looking at 2 and 0, you say that. Sure. Well, a shutout is what it looks like. Yeah, well, that's what it was. Yeah, well, officially. But I'm not trying to take that away. I'm just trying to simply say Coco Ware and Eddie Gilbert gave those guys everything they wanted together a little bit more. I'll tell you what. Going over what action we do have.
All right, in our opener today was the Bounty Hunters with their manager Jimmy Kent, heavily favored in the match, and they in fact won it in a little under 6 minutes. 5:52 was the time, and they defeated Tom Mealy and new face Roy Rogers, Rodgers, is the way they spelled, and but the Bounty Hunters did win the match. Tommy Rich, Bill Dundee, Wildfire and Superstar, Teeny, yes, against Tom Stanton and Gypsy Joe. 7 minutes that one went, and the winners, Tommy Rich and Bill Dundee, take home the victory. Dream Machine in a single match against Pat Hutchinson. It was Dream all the way. Dream still upset, as he commented during the match, over the fact that he has been overlooked, he feels, for certain matches in the area, and he's trying to prove something to his manager, Jimmy Hart. Dream won it in 53 seconds.
That's the point he's making. Is Hart went out and saw him, brought in, and made a battle against Lawler. He figures Lawler got a lucky win over him, and that's the last time he's ever really had a decent shot at Jerry Lawler.
That's it. At one time.
And Hart started bringing other people in, Joe the Duke and different guys like that, and now he's got Mantell and Ferris and all that, and the Dream a little distinction in the ranks.
You play that kind of game, sometimes it'll catch up.
That's very true. Well, and Wayne Ferris and Dutch Mantell did win 2 falls to none over the team of Eddie Gilbert and Coco Will.
Well, this is Lance Russell for Dave.